Hello, people. If you are in paid employment or you're a business owner, this is for you. I want to share with you 5 things that you must do for yourself, 5 things that you must ensure that you do for yourself. Many times, as people in career or people running businesses, you find out that you are overextended. You're doing so many things for other people, you're doing so many things for the business, for the office, that you barely have time for yourself. And so, this is to encourage you not to ditch doing those things for the business or for your office, but to now do your own too. So many times people get frustrated and they just stop doing it altogether. But this is encouraging you to not stop doing it. But when you're doing the office's own, you should also do your personal own. I hope this is making sense to us. I know I'm using a lot of English that is not, aligning, but that's how I want to put it across to you, that you should do your own too. Don't just do for others, don't just do for the business, don't just do for your office, don't just do for your employers, don't just do for your family, don't just do for your church, don't just do, all of these things that you're doing, but also do them, but also do your own. So don't be pressured into stopping to be kind, or to stop to show. Don't be pressured to stop showing up for people and for establishments that have your heart, because you suddenly feel like cheated, or you suddenly feel like it's not adding up, it's not making sense. Don't stop doing. What you should do alternatively is to then start to live your life in a way that ensures that when you're doing things for others, you're also doing for yourself. And that's how it's going to make sense. Okay? So, first of 5, the first thing that I want you to make sure that you are doing for yourself is to encourage you to give yourself money. Give yourself money now. Give yourself money. Show love. Show love to yourself. You know how sometimes maybe all those people that hang around parking lots and all of that, or maybe even your driver or your gate man in the house, and it's Friday, they say happy TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Madam, thank God it's Friday. Madam, thank God it's Friday. Madam, show love now. If you're Nigerian, you already know what they're sort of asking for, and it's like maybe a tip, or they just want you to show them some kindness. So I'm saying, show love to yourself. Give yourself some money. Many times, people who work or run businesses, you end up spending it. I mean, if you work, you're going to spend on your family. You're going to spend on nuclear and extended. You're going to spend on courses that you are sold out to. You're going to have dues that you have to pay even before the month ends. You're going to have maybe old student association of your school, they need something, different things that are demanding for your money, friends that are saying help me, I'm sinking, and all these are genuine needs, all right, of people around you. But to say, I will also be kind to myself. So one of the ways that we do this is we say, when you collect your salary, pay yourself a salary from it. When you collect the money, as you're budgeting and sharing it, keep a certain sum and say, this one is for me. And I mean, if I'm going to go financial on you, I'm going to then start talking about the one you're keeping for yourself is different from the one you're keeping to invest in your future. It's different from the one that you are keeping, as your savings for the rainy day. Sometimes it's just your splurge money. Sometimes it's just honestly the money you use to go give yourself a treat, or to go for a spa day, or to have a nice lunch or something. But I'm saying, give yourself money too. Don't share all the money and then you are living off the crumbs, So that's the first thing that I would say, give yourself to. The second thing that I want to give yourself to is give yourself some accolades. Give yourself some accolades. Celebrate yourself. Many times people have to show up for the business and for their office by requirement. So you work in a company, they need some people to do a video for branding. They've asked you to be one of those. You cannot really say no. Oh, they need someone to go and represent the company at a conference. You can't really say no, even if it's inconvenient. So there are demands that will be laid on your person and on your time because you work in this organization, and it is fine. Sometimes it's very demanding, it's stretching you, it's stressing you out, but you have to do it. But I'm saying that when you start getting overwhelmed with these things, the next step is not to drop the bucket and say, I'm not doing it again. The next step is to say, how can I show up for myself as well so that this serves me as it's serving my organization? So one of the ways you can do this is that when you go and represent your company at a function, then when you are, serving the company, serve yourself too. The people who are the best in their organization at what they do, but outside the four walls of your organization, nobody else knows that you are the best at this thing because you're not putting yourself out there. You're not putting anything, posting on LinkedIn. You're not posting on other professional platforms that can elevate your brand and position you for opportunities within your industry and in the world at large. So I'm begging you to please show up for yourself. Do your own too. When you're doing the work that your organization has asked you to do your own too. The third thing that I want you to pay attention to in showing up for yourself and doing your own too is to show up for your peace of mind. For instance, there are people who they will say, I must finish writing this report because if I don't finish writing it, my boss is going to call me on Saturday and call me on Sunday. That's why the fact that it's a weekend. So for my boss's peace of mind, I am going to make sure that I finish this report. This same person who is working hard to make sure that their bosses have the peace of mind that they need by finishing their deliverables, you will find out that if you check very well, there are areas of your life that you said, I will make out time and think through this and write down, a process flow on how I want to approach this thing. I would make out time and I would draw a plan for the schooling that I'm currently schooling so that I can get my certificate faster. I will make out time and, create a structure so that I will know how much I need to save every month so that I can do my next certifications. I will make out time and create a plan so that the person that we have been dating for 7 years, we can actually start to think of getting married soon. And people are putting all of this and other important areas of life on hold so that they can, give peace of mind to their office or to their businesses. And I'm saying that you will get to a point when you will almost feel frustrated and you will say, this thing is not even working. Why is my personal life on such a standstill when I'm showing up excellently for this organization? And this is not even sometimes about money, because you can be earning all the money, but if you don't make out time to learn how to steward money and how to spend and save and invest and all of that, the money is going to just keep going out the same way it's coming in. So make out time for your peace of mind. Create time to actually, meditate, research, and have answers, written answers, documented reports on the next steps for your life and how you want your life to pan out. It is a thing. It is a thing. It is a thing. It is a thing to live a strategic, lifestyle, to live by design and not just to live from day to day and let life happen to you. It's time that you start showing up for yourself and insisting and creating the life that you want. The fourth thing that I want you to do in showing up for yourself is to give yourself gifts. For many people, your friend is getting married, the ashwabi money, you know it's expensive, you know that you cannot actually, should not be spending on it, but because it's your friend, you take out money and you actually buy it, and you wear it once and you discard it. But there are things that you've wanted to buy for yourself since all these years that are actually important to you and needed for your life and for your health and wellness. But you are dumbing down on that and you are refusing to expend the cash because you don't feel worthy. And that's actually another topic on its own. The level of worth that you place on yourself determines how you show up for yourself. So when the next time you feel, inclined to spend so that you can show up for someone that does not even send you really, and even if they do send you, that's not the point. The person can actually love you and also be willing to remove their eyes and give it to you. But are you showing up for yourself? Are you giving yourself gifts that reflect that you love yourself? Or are you very miserly with yourself, but very kind and, extravagant with other people? The reason why we have these conversations is because the world does not know how to treat you. Actually, you have to teach the world how to treat you, how to be there for you with the way that you are there for yourself. So how you treat yourself is what the world looks at and they say this is how this person prefers to be treated, and then they start to treat you that way. So in doing the same thing, you teach the world, you train the people around you how to best care for you and how to best show up for you. The fifth and the final thing that I want you to do in showing up for yourself, in doing your own too, is by giving yourself time. Give yourself the gift of time. Do not overextend to the point that you have no time for yourself. Sometimes people have meetings, then you have hangouts, then somebody just barges in on your time and demands a large portion, and all sort of things. People just requesting time, and it looks to you like it's just time. They just need my help. And yes, they do need your help and you should be there for them, but create a schedule. Let them book a time on your calendar. Actually normalize creating space on your calendar, on your schedule, for yourself. Normalize having that space and putting rest time and putting me time, and do not feel tempted to give out that time for anybody else or for anything else. Because if you do that, then it means that you're saying this thing is more important than me. And what happens with time is that time is commensurate to life. So if someone is overextending all the time and there's no margin of time in their lives, they are going to be wearing themselves thin, health-wise. So you see people falling ill, their immunity is being compromised because they are barely spending time resting, sleeping, just rejuvenating. They're not spending time connecting with their inner self. They're not spending time meditating, praying, just resting and refreshing. They're just going at life day in, day out. You were not created to also forever. You were not created to always be on the move. Life should be, you have up moment, you have down moment, and I'm not talking about down moment in terms of not being not having enough. I'm saying down moment in terms of when you actually power down and reduce your activity so that your body and your mind can catch up with each other, and you can actually feel energized for your next up moment or for your next project. So if your work is project based, make sure that you are creating time in between projects to rest, to relax, to withdraw, and then to come back stronger. And if your work is not project based, where you know that you have to keep showing up all the time, then you have to create moments of rest and relaxation in between all of that demanding schedule. So the next time you feel tempted to show up for your work in a way that doesn't allow you to show up for yourself, think again, because a healthy you is what your work needs. A fresh you, a strong you is a better investment for the business than a tired, worn out, not thinking clearly, sleep deprived, hungry, immunity compromised you. All right. So, and this is also for employers in the room, for HR, practitioners in the room, for leaders of organizations and people who are in positions of decision making. We must be able to insist that people rest when they need to. And I love how many organizations these days insist that people will take their vacations. In those days, people were able to monetize their vacations and say, okay, I don't want to go on vacation, just give me my money. But many organizations these days are insisting and saying, look, you are entitled to, so number of days for the working year. Take your vacation. Go and rest. Don't come to work. Don't log in online. Don't. Just go, rest, come back refreshed. I know that it's not just because the organization wants you to rest. It's also because when organizations are able to do that, they're able to prevent sometimes fraud. Because if there are workstations that are prone to fraud, or that something is happening, then the person doesn't want to go on vacation so that their secret is not revealed. And so it's also a means of checks and balances and risk management for the organization to insist that if somebody needs to go on vacation, they should actually go on vacation, so that we'll see, is the company running in your absence? Are there lapses? Are there things that we should pay attention to? Are you a one-man risk? All those kind of conversations. But yeah, those are the 5 things that I wanted to talk to you about, and I hope that this has been helpful to you. And just as a means, by way of recap, I'm saying do your own too. Don't stop doing good, but do good to yourself as well. So give yourself money, show up for yourself when it comes to your personal branding, give yourself peace of mind, and give yourself gifts. And lastly, give yourself your time. This is Coach B, and I'm signing out for now. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye, and enjoy your life, enjoy your work, okay? Enjoy your business, enjoy your career, and make sure that whatever you do, you don't stop living a well-balanced life.